Goedemorgen, dames en heren. Sorry. Good morning, good morning. Grand rising, good evening. Hello, welcome back. I am just finishing setup here. Hey, Serenity, good morning. What are you doing? It's 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. Put your phone away, girl. I love you. And... oh no, boo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. That sucks. No school for sickos. Right, Serenity? Hey, Ree. Good morning. Okay. Just finishing up here, moving the chats around, scooting everything around on my desktop. You guys should see the Tetris of screens that I have here, just to make sure I can keep eyes on all chats. Okay. I think we're almost there. Brink, 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 brink. Fair warning, I started my day early with coffee. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. But we are going to go into a meditation that is going to bring us all into a nice, soothing. There we go. Everything's on. Yeah, everything's on. Etheric expansion. Fantastic choice for the day. You know, when we try to change habits, change things that we're used to doing, especially if they're knee-jerk reactions or comfort things that we do, I really like taking it day by day, moment by moment. Changes, the really big changes, don't happen overnight. There are 2 fat dogs behind me. They think this is their spot. Look at this. Look at this absurdity. Well, thank you, sir. No, it's not time for hugs. I love him. Excuse me, sir. Oh, my Lord. Here. Here's a puppy spot right next to the thing. Yeah. Why don't you guys go lay down? There you go. Jordana, good morning. Good morning, Chaote. Nice. A 1.5 years is a pretty good streak. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hello, 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 hello. For those of you who are new here, my name is Reverend Deborah. This is Ajna. That's Oso. And this is our Bhakti Bites class. Oh yeah, I'm a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being, and I am your shenaniganshaman, so don't expect to take yourself too seriously here. Bhakti Bites is our bite-sized sessions of self-care. It keeps me accountable, helps you guys stay accountable. These are free classes that I offer 3 times a week, and we practice a mudra. We sit with that mudra in a meditation. On Monday when we meet, the meditation is only 5 minutes long because it takes 5 minutes for a mudra to redirect the energy channels in your body. What are mudras? There are all different kinds of mudras, but we here in this class, the puppy's back on top of me now, of course. We use hand mudras. Hi, thank you, sir. No, get down. You can either lay over here or lay right there. Lay down. Oh, you guys are hams. So hammy. All right. Hey, God Mode. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So let's see. Where was I? We practice mudras. We sit with them in meditation. So today is our Wednesday class. It's our midweek class. So we add a little bit to the meditation, to the practice. We're not playing ball right now, sir. Today, we will sit with our mudra and we will add a pranayama practice, a breath work practice. Yes, Chaote, these are the new meditation teachers. These are your new shenanigan shamans. They will make sure that we do not take ourselves too seriously. So the chakra for the week, have you been practicing? The chakra for the week is the mudra for the week. Whoa. I'm starting my chakra workshop this week, so if the word chakra comes out 10 million times sideways, that's why, because my brain is full of the energy body, my brain is full of the chakras, and I'm super excited to share it with you. So for the next 8 weeks, we are going to be doing a mudra for each chakra. Now, if you want the actual workshop, you've got to go join our CAYA community, and I can talk about that after the practice. But for today, yay, good job. Who is that? Erica? Yeah, all right, Erica. How's it been going? So our mudra, hand mudra, hasta mudra for the week is the chakra mudra. The chakra mudra works to pretty much create movement into the entire energy body. It helps clear the major and minor energy channels, activates movement, the elements of movement, air, fire, and water in the body. No, brain, not right now. My brain likes to give you guys examples, so my brain was like, it's like doing this, it's like doing that, it's like doing this. No, it's like just holding the mudra and redirecting the energy channels in your body. So it takes a minimum of 5 minutes to do that. But today we will practice a chakra breathing technique. So we will couple this mudra with a pranayama practice that is intended to clear the energy channels, particularly this central energy channel, but it also does work with all the other minor energy channels. Like I said, guys, I had coffee this morning, and so my brain is running like thousands times faster than my mouth can keep up with. So I'm grateful that we get to sit in this space and meditate together. If you are feeling out of whack, if you are feeling not prepared for a meditation, I invite you to stay. If you feel like you cannot meditate, this is your first time here and this is all completely new, I invite you to stay. I work with meditation from a very foundational perspective. What are the most important parts of meditation, everyone? Your intention and your attention. Everything else is a boon. From the energy work, to the experiences, to the quiet mind, to the feeling of peace, or even the healing, or the greater awareness that we receive, right? Any of these other things. These are all extras to meditation. We focus our intention and our attention on the mudra and the pieces of the practice. No matter what is going on in your world, in your head, in your body, in the room you're in, your intention and your attention are the only things that you need to focus on for the meditation. If you are laying down, fantastic, you can stay that way. If you are sitting up, you can stay that way. If you are walking, you can do this meditation with your eyes open and walking. You can be at work. I always say the thing about driving. Don't do this mudra while you're driving, but you can absolutely do the pranayama, the breath work while you're driving. And definitely do not close your eyes, okay? Everybody be safe. If at any point this meditation, remember, we will go for 5 to 10 minutes, probably closer to 10 minutes. If at any point this becomes too intense, please pause your practice. Again, we are working with the entire energy body, the central energy channel, all the minor energy channels. So it is quite likely that you will feel some kind of repercussions, some kind of experience with this practice, especially coupling the mudra with the pranayama. If that becomes too intense for you, I am not in your body. I do not know what's happening. I can't stop the meditation when you need to stop. So I invite you, please, I implore you, please, to listen to where you are at. This can be a very powerful, you guys. This can be a really powerful practice. So I need you to be present with yourself and mindful, because I can't be in your body and do that for you. Remember, you are your own guru. Be your guru today. Be a gentle, loving guru. Boys, you're going to be excused from the meditation room. Oh my gosh. All right, so the Chakra Mudra is done like so. You guys ready? The Chakra Mudra is a two-handed mudra. Bring your palms together as if you're going into prayer, okay? Right here at your chest. Tip your left hand forward. 90-degree angle from your right hand. Here it is. Lift the thumb so that the left thumb is in line with the index. And then press the palms together. You want to put a gentle amount, you want to put an intentional amount of pressure between your palms. What happens when you put that pressure between your palms? Usually in our mudras, we do no more than the weight of a nickel, because it only takes a little bit of connection, if that, for energy to move through and be redirected, for us to affect the energy body. What do we do when we put pressure here? We are pushing into several pressure points in the hands. And if you want to know exactly which ones, because there's a whole long list of them, you can always go look up a chart for yourself. But this is affecting most of the major organs, and including things like the pancreas, the thyroid, the bladder, the liver, the stomach, there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff all around here, and up here. So we put an intentional amount of pressure here. It cools the blood in the best way. You guys are already feeling it. So again, remember, we will sit with this for more than 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. If at any point it becomes too intense for you, please just release the mudra and breathe into the space. No need to change anything. No need to explain anything. Just be present with your experience and watch as the experience dissipates and shifts in your moment of presence and observation. Okay. Boys, now is not the time. Hey, go lay down. Go lay down or you're going to go outside. Oh, are you having trouble, little turtle? Lay down. Major shenanigans. Major shenanigans. Major shenanigans. I'm just going to let them continue, because meditation, mindfulness, is available to you in any moment, no matter the distractions. So go ahead and find yourself a comfortable place to be, seated, walking, laying down. Bring your hands into prayer. Tip that left hand to a 90-degree angle from your right. Bring the left thumb in line with the index finger of the right, and put pressure between the palms. Go ahead and close your eyes, and we will settle into our meditation as we always do, with 3 deep breaths. Begin by pulling the breath in through the nose, through the lungs, and all the way into the belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. And let it go. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back, and hold at the top. Taking a little more air. A little more. And as you exhale, gently tuck your chin to prevent your head from floating away during meditation. Seal the lips, and I invite you to just take a few moments following the breath. Follow the inhale all the way to the top. Follow the exhale all the way to the bottom. Today's challenge is, can you stay focused? Can you stay centered? No matter what is going on around you. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale all the way to the bottom. Right now, there is only the breath. If your mind is busy or your body is telling you it doesn't want to be here, it's got other things to do, there's a to-do list, there's things to worry about, there's more important things than sitting here in self-care, blah, 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 blah. Brain, I love you, but right now, we are just listening to the breath. Nothing more, nothing less. Listening to the breath. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale all the way to the bottom. Letting everything else fall away. Pay attention to your mudra for a moment. Check the pressure. Make sure there's intention. You don't need to be pressing so hard that you're causing tension. But bring in tension to the mudra. Same as we are bringing intention to our awareness. Instead of letting it float all over the place, we redirect the awareness to the breath, to the mudra, with intention. You can stay with this part of the practice as long as you would like. If you would like to add pranayama, I invite you to expand that breath, that inhale and the exhale. This time, instead of just listening to it or watching it rise and fall in your chest, I invite you to imagine the inhale as beginning from your root, pulling all the way up the front of the body to the very top of the head. And as you exhale, imagine that the breath falls down the back of your head, rolls all the way down your back to your tailbone. The inhale again from the root, all the way up to the crown. The exhale from the crown all the way up to the root, all the way up to, down to your seat. Inhale from your seat to the top of your head. Exhale from the top of your head to the bottom of your seat. If you are someone who does not visualize things, don't worry about that piece. Remember that your intention and your attention are the most important parts. Visualization and any other things like that are just extras, added benefit. So set your intention to pull the inhale from the seat, from your root, from your pelvic floor, all the way up the front of the body, all the way up to the top of your head. And as the breath rolls over the top of your head, exhale, pulling it all the way down your back, curling right underneath your tailbone and across your pelvic floor as you inhale again, pulling the breath up the front and down the back. Again, if at any point this practice becomes too intense, please release the breath and release the mudra and just sit with the experience. You can always come back to the practice, but before you do, I invite you to ask yourself permission and honor whatever answer arises. This is a big practice, and almost all of us have blockages and things that need to be cleared. Sometimes clearing something that's stuck creates pressure. Pressure creates resistance, and we feel it as tension in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Inhale all the way up the front of the body, clearing the front of your chakras. Exhaling all the way down the back of the body, clearing the back of your chakras. Anytime you notice tension, let it go with your exhale. Occasionally check back in with your mudra just to bring the intention back to the pressure between the palms, to the shape of the mudra. Intention and awareness. Inhale, use the inhale and your intention to pull the breath all the way up the front. And exhale all the way down the back. Keeping your lips sealed, inhaling and exhaling just through the nose. If visualization is your jam, you can also watch the breath as it goes through each chakra. This last minute, I invite you to offer your breath, offer your energy body, offer your chakras, offer your energy this little smile of gratitude, of appreciation, of awe. I encourage you to continue with your practice as long as it is available to you. The longer you sit with it, the more it will resonate within you. When you feel complete, I invite you to bring your hands together into prayer, or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for this magnificent meat bag and the divine prana that flows through it. In gratitude for the energy body, allowing us to address concerns on every level of being. And of course, offer yourself some gratitude for taking the time for self-care today. You did it. I'm really proud of you. Thank you so much for joining me. When you are ready to come out of meditation and back to this little finite matrixy reality, please do so slowly. The crash back down to earth is sometimes a little jolting, especially after you've been sitting in meditation for 5, 10 or more minutes. So offer yourself some wiggles, some stretches, only opening your eyes when you are absolutely sure you're ready to come back. No, not today. No, okay, fine. Wow, it's bright out there. Okay. Reminder, especially if you have been visualizing during the meditation, it can be really helpful to rub your palms together, cup them over your eyes, and flutter your eyes open behind your hands before you shock your eyeballs with sunshine. Oh, thank you, friend, for subscribing. So this is the Chakra Mudra. This is the Chakra Mudra. Chakra simply translates to wheel and represents the movement of energy. Thank you, Trevor. The movement of energy through the 7 major energy centers in the body. I'm not going to go super deep into it, but you guys, it's really easy for me to do this. Okay, today is day 1 of my 8-week chakra workshop. Here in the Bhakti Bites classes, we will practice a single tool, not a single tool, that's not even true, mudras each week from the workshop. But, come here, you puppy. Come on, puppy butts. Come on, yeah. But if you want the actual information about the mudras, and I'm not talking like, ooh, the root chakra's red, oh, the throat chakra's blue. No, I am talking about how the energy moves between the chakras. How to notice when one is balanced or imbalanced. How do you know the difference between one that's excessive imbalance or deficient imbalance? And what are the tools to adjust each chakra, as well as address the entire energy body, including the aura? How many layers does the energy body have? What does the aura look like, and what is it for, and how does it work? All of that is in the 8-week chakra workshop that starts today. Are there any pressure points on the feet? There are. There are pressure points on the hands. There are pressure points on the feet. There are pressure points in the ears, on the wrists, on the face. That's why tapping is a really great thing too. Tapping addresses pressure points. Byron, are you in here? So again, for those of you who are just joining us, the mudra for the week is the Chakra Mudra. Replays are always on YouTube, so follow me on YouTube when you get the chance. I'm at Move With Change, and if you want to get a ridiculously huge library of meditations, mudras, other practices, and whatnot, you gotta go there. But, well, hold on. Okay. So the Chakra Mudra is done like so. Bring your hands into prayer, and then tip your left hand to a 90-degree angle from your right. Keep your palms together, and extend your left thumb to align with the index finger on your right hand. This mudra feels really confusing the first couple of times you try to get it. It took me quite some time. I don't know why it's that confusing, but here you go. Press your palms together. Left hand, 90-degree angle. Lift the left thumb to meet the right index finger. And when you hold this mudra, you create intentional pressure. Now, I didn't say tension. Don't hurt your wrists. Don't pop your fingers. Don't create tension anywhere, in the shoulders, in the neck, in the elbows. We hold our mudras with intention. That is all you need. Meditation and mindfulness are about the deepening levels of subtlety. That is why it's really important to note where your intention is and to note the difference between intention and tension. Should not have any tension in your breath, in your body, in your being, in your hands, in your shoulders, in your neck, in your eyeballs, but sometimes we have tension in those places. Tension is resistance in the body, breath and mind. Resistance equals blockages, imbalances. This mudra is like a what are those like pressurized air cans? That's the thing I'm thinking of. The pressurized air can for your energy channels. Again, the Chakra Mudra. So as I was saying, we are starting the 8-week chakra workshop today at 1 o'clock. If you would like to join the live sessions for the next 8 weeks, you can snag a membership on my Patreon page, patreon.com/movewithchange. I am Move With Change, my friend, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, TikTok, Clapper. I am all over the place, and I am always Move With Change. So please go follow me on any of the socials that you hang out on. But if you want to keep updated about the classes, about my schedule, about the workshops, about services and changes and all that, please go follow me on the Patreon page, patreon.com/movewithchange. You can follow for free there. The workshop is going on in actually it's in Zoom, but it's in our Discord space. You can join the Discord for free, but to access the membership, or the workshop, you need the Sangha, Scholars, membership or above. If you want to snag this membership or this workshop, you can also just send me a message and I will send you a link directly to the membership. So the membership for the Sangha Scholars is $77 a month. This is let me give this to you guys real quick. This is a 2-month workshop. $77 a month gets you this workshop, every other workshop I've done, twice weekly group coaching, once weekly deep dive practice sessions, and an open floor for communication, questions, and basically real-time chat/coaching, which happens with pretty much all my members because we're still a small and growing community, so I get to still offer that. That is the cheapest option for this workshop. After the workshop ends in July, this workshop will go on sale as a self-paced thing with the recorded videos, and it will be twice the price. You can also pre-order the self-paced workshop, but here's the deal, guys. The best way to do it, to get this workshop, is to join the membership because you get a ton of extra stuff. You get real-time classes, and if you can't make it to class, you will have the replays available to you within 24 hours. I always post the replays pretty quick. Arthur, you would like it for free. Well, then you can go and do all of the research that I have spent 20-some years doing. And I didn't get it for free. I didn't get that information for free. I did get some of it from personal experience, from personal exploration, and from personal study. So, you are more than welcome to go find it for free. However, as an exchange for the exploration I have done, the work I have done to not only learn about, experience, be able to teach, and then be able to put all this stuff down together in a really cool looking little workshop with a workbook so you can work through it and keep reflections and keep notes about all of these different chakras. Yes, you will also have the access to the workshop for the rest of the time that you are a member. This is my favorite workshop. I have been working with the energy body since I was a little kid. It came to me naturally, and I was gifted with my my family lineage of energy work. And so this workshop is not, again, just, oh, here are the matching colors for the chakras, and here's some of the things you can do, right? Walk outside barefoot to help your grounding. Yeah, we all know those things. You can go look up memes on the internet. Arthur, you can go look up memes on the internet that'll tell you free information about the chakras. But if you want to go deeper than just meme bite-size info, this is your workshop. This is your workshop. And not only do I teach you all of this information about the energy body, the aura, the layers of self, as well as the internal channels and all these things, I also give you a large amount of tools for every single chakra. And we practice those every single week. As you guys know, I like to give stuff away for free. That's why I teach 4 free classes a week. That's why once you're in the Sangha, regardless of what level of membership you have, I always pack a shit ton of stuff in there. So, I'm going to spend the rest of the day working on the workshop, working on the workbook. If you would like to purchase the workshop or to grab a membership, you can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/movewithchange. If you would like a direct link to the membership or to the Discord or anything like that, send me a message. So everyone, I would like you to remember, please, that this is a CAYA space. CAYA, C-A-Y-A, stands for Come As You Are, both our Discord and all of our public rooms, all of our live chats. CAYA, yes, stands for Come As You Are because authenticity is the purest expression of your truth, and that's what we're going for. But authenticity is not egotistic. Authenticity is not arrogant. Authenticity doesn't need to belittle or dismiss others, doesn't need to gaslight or manipulate. Authenticity is the purest expression of your divinity, and divinity, divine love, is love for self and love for another. Exactly. Wellness integrated solution. Hey, Gigi. Or be mean. If you are downright mean in this space, I will just mute you. Just like in a temple or a church, they welcome everyone, right? It is a space. Well, ideally, these are spaces where we welcome each other. However, if you go into these spaces and you cannot conduct yourself with a level of accountability and personal responsibility, then you are also ushered out of the temple. Sharon, I do offer certificates, and I am working on bigger certification workshops that will be coming in the next couple of years. Yeah, there are some really big workshops in the making, but I do. And if you have any questions too, again, if you want links or if you have any direct questions and want to chat more, we can still chat here, but you can also just send me a direct message. You can also email me at movewithchange@gmail.com. The chakras are one of the easiest ways to get through all channels, of the body. Here in the West, we treat the symptoms oftentimes. We treat the symptoms of the body, right? Hey, Joel, how are you? But the symptoms of the body, remember the analogy, are remember the stack of stones, the Karen, okay? What is the top stone? It's the body. This is the body. And here are all these other layers of self. Now, I wouldn't say that the energy body is the base one, but it's one of these bottom rocks. And when any of these other things, your energy body, your emotions, your relationships, your sense of security, your mental state of wellness, your whatever it is, all of these other layers of self, when any of them are out of alignment, what happens to the top stone? It wiggles. This is your check engine light. Right here, this thing. The most material thing, right? In this finite universe, in this little matrixy space. It is not the root. Honestly, it's rarely the root. Now, obviously, if you go and you stub your toe and your toe is black and blue, it's probably just the fact that you stubbed your toe. However, that thread of I stubbed my toe also links you to the potential of, was I really aware and present in the moment? Or was I thinking about something else and I stubbed my toe because I wasn't paying attention? Well, if I wasn't paying attention, what was it that was pulling me out of this present moment? Do you see? Even an accident, even a little toe step, can lead you back home to yourself. Hey, Curly. Thank you, Sharon. This is one of my favorite places to be. So for those of you who are new here, my name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being, and I am your shenaniganshaman. I have been on this path of mine, healing, coming home to myself, since as far back as I can remember. I was raised Catholic, and I wanted to be a nun. And then I found God. And then I found Source. And then I felt Source. And it was in the experience of finding divinity within me that I ultimately left the Catholic Church and came to understand the nature of divinity as something that is not separate from us, is not compartmentalized from us, is not a separate little dude up in the sky looking down on us all, casting judgment and telling us we're bad. If anything, the closest thing I have come to being able to describe God is it's as if the entire universe is made up of God laughing, God's laughter echoing through everything, resonating through everything. Because when we break it all down, everything in this finite reality is just particles vibrating at different frequencies. What makes me appear this way is more my frequency than anything else. James, yeah, when I start to take life too serious, God laughs at me. What's that saying? How do you make God laugh? Tell him you've got a plan. So now I call things intentions. I don't make plans. I set intentions. And either the intentions, I can follow them, or something else arises. Sharon, oh, that's lovely that we share a similar path. Yes, the laughter from the ancestors, from the celestial beings. And when you laugh, when you really open up and crack, literally crack up, do you not feel that joy that rolls through you? This uncontrollable expansion? It's making me want to both cry and laugh right now, so I'm just gonna clear the energy channel here for a second. Awesome. Sure, some effigy of a white man standing in the clouds is pretty awesome. Especially some of the effigies lately where he's all like buffed out and carrying weapons. Christ the warrior! But it is awesome when you recognize the expansiveness, the sheer volume and omnipresence. Everywhere. Thank you for subscribing, friends. Hey, I just wanted to make a little side note here. For those of you who subscribe, I very much appreciate it. I want to give you just a heads up. Here on TikTok, they take a large portion of it. And so the subscribers here, I kind of use the funds as kind of a tip jar, and mostly I turn it back around and support other creators. If you would like to support me and receive benefits from it, please go to the Patreon page and snag a membership there. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you guys for the subscriptions. If you have any questions about that, you're like, wait, what do you mean? Send me a message and I can send you links for the things. But it's up to you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your presence. As you guys know, I offer these classes for free 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday for Bhakti Bites. These are our mudra and meditation classes. And on Friday, I do tiny yoga. But this is one of the few spaces, thank you, friend, one of the few spaces where I really allow myself to sink into that place of awesomeness. Not only awesomeness for everything outside of me, but for the awesome inside of me too. There aren't a lot of places when we're not used to being authentic. There aren't a lot of places where we can go and be our awesome selves, where we can feel good and comfortable doing that. So I'm grateful equally for this space, for you guys, for being able to share it, for being able to sit authentically in this place. I've been a reverend for 10 years now. 10 years. And I was so afraid of judgment, that I practiced for a long time in small ways. One-on-one with people, private sessions, small classes. But in the past couple of years, something shifted. Something changed. As if the world outside changed. We know that our planet is evolving. We know that she is changing her frequency. And since we are intimately connected to her, so are we. James, you asked, about Christ consciousness. And I want to quote Thich Nhat Hanh again, because Thich Nhat Hanh reminds us that we are in a particular stage of our collective evolution where the next coming of Christ, of the Buddha, of the enlightened one, is unlikely to be a singular person. I know everybody wants the next coming of Christ to come down and just be himself, right? But we don't need saving outside of ourselves. It is time, young Padawan, I'm saying it to myself too, to step into the truth of who you are. Yes, you're you, but you are also consciousness. You are also divine. That spark of divinity lives inside of you. In fact, this body, this meat bag, is a vessel for that spark of divinity. Talk about robots and AI and whatnot. You've got this little spark of divinity in here that has always been with you and will always be with you. And yet we live in a world that says, no, 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 you're broken, you're bad, you're less than, you're small. Nothing is inside of you. Obviously, everything is external to you, and you have to work, and you have to toil, and you have to suffer to receive any of it. You're not worthy just by being the fact that you exist. No, no, no. You have to prove yourself. Pish posh. Pish posh. That's what I have to say about that. Because the most important message that I have received again and again and again is that you are perfect. You are perfectly imperfect. You are exactly where you need to be. Cha. You had a bad day yesterday. Sadly, you couldn't use any of these tools. You were way too upset. Cha Ote, will you come and join the Discord so that next time when you're having a bad day like that, you have a place to reach out? I know that feeling. When we get so wrapped up in the illusions of this space, in the illusions, in the ownership of our emotions, in the ownership of our memories and expectations, that you feel totally powerless. Hey, Chris. You are not powerless. You've just forgotten your power. I'm sorry, Chris. Crisscross. A lot of people have. That's probably one of the most common things. Remember how I said a little bit ago, right? I've been a reverend for 10 years. I've been doing this work since I was little, but only recently something has changed. And the something that has changed, I have always had people coming to me, just showing up in my face, saying, hey, I need these things. It's my dharma. It's my purpose in life. I am here to be a library, to offer information. But recently, like 3-5 years maybe, it's like the floodgates are open, and I have people coming to me and saying, I'm so lost, I'm confused, I'm having these experiences I've never had before. I have nobody to talk to about this stuff. I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I think I'm losing my mind. You are exactly where you need to be. You are exactly who you need to be. Especially especially if it feels confusing. I was thinking this morning as I stood outside in the cold, crisp, foggy air about how some of us go through our lives never examining who we are, never looking in the internal mirror at ourselves. And when you never do that, you never doubt yourself. You never have to have conversations and debates with yourself. If you do no self-examination, then you simply are who you are as you are, and you feel justified in that. And I think we've gone through a lot of generations where that's what we're told to do, that's what we're given, that's what look, you're just you, it's who you are. Or, here, God will fix it for you. Here, the doctor will give you a pill to fix that. Oh, you're intrinsically broken. Well, let's put you in an institution. Hey, mullet cookie. If the world did not need you, you would not be here. Do you think in all this magnificent, awesome universe, all of these tiny little things, all of these intricate pieces, all of this magnificent creation, that you were an accident? Whoops. See you, Diana. Have a great day. Smarter than your ego. We are all insignificant. You are equally significant and insignificant. You are everything and you are nothing. Everything is inside of you and everything is outside of you. This is the paradox of duality. And in that duality, we are gifted with an opportunity. An opportunity to come home to unity. Guys, please be gentle with each other in here. Again, this is the CAYA space. We approach each other with curiosity and with willingness. Okay? Many of us are used to operating from our place of ego. And it's okay if it's new for you to not demand that you are correct. That's okay. Smarter than your ego, you will be muted if there is name calling. That is your one warning. I ask that you all take personal responsibility for yourself here. You are neither a victim nor an aggressor in this space. Hi, Dee. We receive much more when we approach each other, when we approach spaces, when we approach information with curiosity and willingness. The inability to approach things with curiosity and willingness limits your ability to receive. If I am curious and I am willing, then I am able to see a wider perspective than my own. If I am arrogant and judgmental, I lock myself into a very narrow space of understanding. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, moderators, for keeping an eye on the chat. Just like in temple, if you come into a church and start insulting people in the space, someone's going to come and speak to you. Mullet Cookie, thank you, my friend. And ultimately, you are the only one responsible for your words, your actions, your choices. Yes. Okay. So, smarter than your ego, you say a finite and absolute understanding of existence is important. Subjective views aren't always valid. Correct. And incorrect. That is the paradox of our reality. You ask the scientific community, the philosophic, psychology community, why we experience ourselves as from a subjective perspective. Why do we have subjective experience? Is subjective experience really our experience? Is there an illusion of subjective experience? These are questions that have not been answered by science, by religion and science and philosophy all attempt to answer them. But the truth is we don't actually know why yet. Why? Because we are limited in our perception. My subjective experience is the maximum that I can get by myself. Now, if you and I share our perspectives, then I'm able to widen a little bit bigger. Yes, yours is subjective. Yes, mine is subjective. But it is through my experience, subjective experience, internal and external, that everything that I perceive and understand is created. We want to talk about stepping outside of judgment and bias, but it is all of your experience that creates these biases, essentially the lenses that you look through. You can't get out of that. You can't take all of your lenses off by the nature of this reality. But you can acknowledge that you have lenses on, and we can communicate with each other about what it looks like from all of these different angles. Remember, if three of us walk up to an elephant, three blind individuals walk up to an elephant that they've never seen before. One comes up to the trunk, wraps his arm around and goes, "Oh, this is like a big snake, heavy, like an anaconda." And the second comes up to the side of the elephant, puts their hands on the elephant, goes, "Whoa, anaconda? This shit is big as a house. It's like a wall." Smack, smack, sturdy. And then the other comes around to the leg and wraps his arms. He goes, "House, wall, snake. This thing's a tree and it's clearly rooted. I can't even pick it up." These three individuals could spend a lifetime arguing about their subjective experience, about their personal perspective. But they will never see the whole of the elephant unless they approach each other with curiosity and willingness. Unless they accept that someone else's subjective experience is equally as valid, even if it is opposite. This is the subtlety of reality. You don't have to play in subtleties. You can go ahead and pull back and say, this is a world of duality. There is right and wrong. There is black and white. There is good and bad. There is facts and bullshit. But you're not going to get every single human on the same page for that. Why? Because our experience is ultimately subjective. It is equally valid and invalid. You can put it in either way, my friend. But there is not one body of information that is the ultimate truth for everyone. And to fight for it, and to demand that that is it, and to tell others that unless they believe in an empirical body of evidence and push everything else to the side, then they are what's the word I'm looking for? Leading themselves astray. missing the information. Yin and yang. But the nature of the journey in this reality, right, is the movement from duality to unity, from order to chaos, and back to order. What validates a self-imposed illusion? What'd you say? Without evidence? With no proof? What constitutes delusion? Because that in and of itself is a judgment as well. Yes, everyone is climbing up the mountain on different paths. You guys know how we do? A facet. Each of us is a facet on the prism. Reality is the pure light, right? The light that moves through the prism. What happens when the light is expressed through each of our subjective experiences? Can we get some? Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can make it happen. Oh, there it is. Can you guys see them? See my rainbows? It fractals and gives the illusion of separation. Gives the illusion of separation so that we can perceive unity in its parts. What is a rainbow but the perception of unity separated? Yeah. This is the nature of being in this finite reality. If we are ever going to come home to ourselves, we have to leave home first. And so if we are part of the whole, if we are unified with the whole, and we want to experience the illusion of separation, then we come into this finite reality to do that. And we carry a particle, we carry that divinity with us so that the universe itself can experience that coming home to self over and over and over and over again. Crude caveman perception organs tell us the bare minimum. I like your wording there. Yes, agreed. We are extremely limited in our subjective experience. And so, to rely only on your subjective experience would be to miss a great deal. But to not rely on your subjective experience at all would be to miss a great deal too. And to tell others that their subjective experience is not valid is to say that the experience of that grass out there is not as valid as mine. Arrogance is ego. Ego is built through our finite experiences in this life. Ego is not the wiser self. Ego is not the navigator. Ego is not the enemy either, by the way, because all these parts of self are valid. We must be a comedic reality show for extraterrestrials. Who knows? Maybe they've been through it before themselves. Making wild conclusion based on empirical perception, then waging war over it. So this is the thing. I don't ever condone. This is the thing. When we approach ourselves, each other, with curiosity and willingness, then we do not wage war over our differences, but we revel in them. We become enlightened through them. You say arrogance and ego are built by being oversaturated with less endowed people. Ego and arrogance are created to keep you safe. Pretty much everything that your body and your brain does is intended to keep you safe and is a direct response to your experience, internal and external. Ego is not the enemy. Even arrogance is not the enemy. Your arrogance has a gift in it for you. Your arrogance has information for you. That arrogance says, I'm feeling weak, uncomfortable, scared, insecure, shameful, small, unseen, unloved. These things direct us to our healing. They are the table of contents for our wellness. This is why we approach them with curiosity and willingness. If I approach my arrogance with curiosity and willingness, then I can learn why arrogance is there in the first place. Or I can learn how to make friends with arrogance. And maybe arrogance doesn't want to be arrogant, but arrogance wants to be smart, valued, loved, seen, heard. And when I begin giving myself healthy, good, expansive opportunities to be seen, to be heard, to be loved, to be appreciated, to be valued, arrogance no longer needs to fight me, or anybody else for that matter, because arrogance gets what it needed. And now we can't do that work without awareness, without the ability to turn inward and have these conversations with ourselves. But here in the West, we are mono mind, mono body, black and white thinking that says your subjective experience is not valued. You have no information that you can glean inside of yourself. Everything you learn has to be from somebody else who has a certification, who has X amount of years and X amount of qualifications. Welcome to my life, where I've spent years going to school to prove the shit I already knew. It did a lot for my arrogance, actually, for a while. But ultimately, it led me back home to myself. And it led me back to the guru in here. Hey, Stephen. I can spend a lifetime following others, teachers, wise words, wise books, wise leaders. I can gain all of the information from outside of myself, all of the techniques, all of the tools, all of the things. But if I don't actually take the time to apply them myself, if I don't actually do the work, then I don't get the boon. I don't get the outcome. Sure, you can find a guru outside of yourself. But when it comes down to it, in those last moments, in the moments of quiet meditation, in the moments of putting yourself to sleep, in the moments of choosing, You are the one that makes that choice. You are the one who ultimately has to roll yourself out of bed and get up earlier if you want to get up earlier. You can set up a million things outside of yourself. You can buy all the books. But if you don't take knowledge and integrate it into understanding, then it is nothing more than information. And that process of turning it into understanding is something that you must be an active, intentional part of. So, hey June, what are the most important parts of mindfulness? What are the most important parts of coming home to yourself? What are the basic tools? What are the first things that we start to work on? Your intention and your attention. If you focus on these two things, hell, those by itself can be an entire practice of enlightenment all by themselves. That's how powerful they are. And if you are aware and present with your intention, and you bring your attention back to that again and again and again, such a mind, such a being, such a person is not so easily manipulated, so easily swayed, so easily poked, so easily knocked over. You are more powerful than you may realize. And there's a lot of reasons that some corners of the world don't want you to know that power and don't want you to have that power. But guess what? I'm here to share with you the things that help me uncover the captain inside, the higher self, the internal compass, the locus of control that's squarely here, not somewhere outside of there. But the truth is, even though I offer all these free classes, even though I post this content and share this stuff on the social media platforms, those that run the social media platforms do not want you to have your locus of control back. They use these platforms to manipulate you actively. So they take down my content and they hide my content and they tell you that you can't see my content and they tell you it's sensitive content and they say there's QR codes in her content. It's low quality. You're right. I shouldn't give people back their locus of control. You're right. I shouldn't lead people back home because I'm not leading, guiding people back home to themselves. Thank you, Mullet Cookie. So if you would like to work privately with me or work with me in our CAYA community space, then I invite you to head on over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/movewithchange. You will find all the links to my socials. You will find a free link to join our Discord, and you will find several different levels of membership. Please note that if you have any questions or any concerns, you can always email me, you can always message me. And if the $sign on those memberships is the lock on the gate that keeps you out of doing the work that you really want to do and getting the services and doing the coaching and joining the classes that you really want to do, please reach out to me. I am flexible, and I prefer trade to cash, although I need cash too. But that's why we have options. Bye, smarter than your ego. I find it so funny. I find it so funny that people assume that the only appropriate way for me to share this kind of information is completely for free. Mind you, I share a great deal for free. Come to the Discord, there's even more. And for every membership, I pack an exceptional amount of things in there. Because I sure as shit don't like paying a huge price tag for a little bit of this and that. And to be honest, this isn't a business model. This is community building. And as we build community, it's important that we make degrees of commitment as we are ready to make them. So as I said, you can come into these classes for free if that's where you're at. You can come into the Discord for free if that's where you're at. You can pay $5 a month if that's where you're at. You can pay hundreds if that's where you're at. I am not here to get you to do anything you don't want to do. I am eager to share this huge toolbox. And it's important. The exchange is important. Why? Energy never dies. It's just exchanged. And when we exchange energy, appreciation, value, respect, compassion, love, we get that back. We get that back. So normalize paying your friends and your family members for the services that they offer or that they do and they charge other people for. And if you can't offer cash, offer trade. Because the words thank you only means so much. Just like the word sorry only means so much unless there is action and intention behind it. So for the level of membership that is, private coaching sessions, I don't offer those as one-off things. Because if you are going to start doing this work of coming home to yourself and you're ready for private coaching sessions, then I need you to hold yourself accountable as well. And making a commitment is about holding yourself accountable. It's about personal responsibility. If you are unwilling to make a commitment of any kind to your personal development, to your wellness, to this coming home to yourself path, that's okay. That's where you're at. Be where you're at. No one needs to, no, I'm not changing that. No one's here to change that. It is for you to decide. But if you don't know the options, how are you going to know that they're there? If I don't share with you the options, how are you going to know? Right? Mullah Cookie, I love you. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the Discord. You are valuable. You are worthy of exchange. You are worthy of commitment. You got to give it to yourself first, though. You are worthy of love. You got to give it to yourself first, though. You are worthy of forgiveness if there's ever anything really to actually forgive you for, but you have to give it to yourself first. Why is our experience subjective? Because it all starts here. Is here the end-all be-all to this reality? Nah. No. But it all starts here. You little fractal of light, you. Where do we get up? So, my lovelies, I am going to go make myself a quick breakfast, and then I'm going to get back to work on the chakra workshop. Today at 1 o'clock is our first session of the chakra workshop. If you would like to join today's session, 1 o'clock Pacific time, you can either go to the Patreon page and grab a membership. You can also just send me a message about it, and I can send you the link for the membership. If you don't join today and you decide later this week or next week that you still want to join, you can join at any point. And the replays will be available to you at any point. You need the Sangha Scholars membership or above. If you decide you don't want to join the class live, you don't want to join the community, you just want all the information packaged for you, that will be available in July. You can pre-order that on my Patreon page for half price. Again, this workshop is not just your anecdotal, these are the colors of the chakras. This is from a lifetime of work with the chakras and with the energy body. This is from several disciplines, including my personal experience. To give you all the layers of the energy body, all the layers of the being, how the energy moves through the system, how to identify blockages, imbalances, how to identify the difference between an excessive chakra and a depleted chakra. Both are imbalanced. How to diagnose that knot in your throat, because it could be your throat chakra, but it could be some other ones too. Hour-long classes, 8 classes, 8 weeks, and I have so much information packed in there, and there's a reflection journal that you get with it. Lots of time for questions, lots of time for practice and discussion, and once you're a member in the Discord, there is a lot. Forget needing private coaching. I do so much coaching, chatting, sharing information, whatnot, exchange in the Discord. Without that, it's so fun to me. Either you should charge an exorbitant amount for everything you do, right? What's the saying? The money mindset. If I just charge thousands of dollars, then people will know I'm valuable, right? Or you should charge nothing at all. No, if you're talking about anything that can be distilled or perceived as spirituality, no, you're supposed to give that away for free. Remember, you're a martyr, woman. Pish posh. Pish posh. Old ways of thinking. Let's meet each other with curiosity and willingness. Let's recognize the divinity in each other so that we can see it in ourselves too. Because if you don't see God in all, you won't see God at all. God does not exist in duality. Divinity is unity. That's what all the great great minds, the enlightened minds we're talking about. We can talk about the elephant from as many different perspectives as there are people. It does not change the elephant. It does not change the nature of the elephant. It's just our interpretation of it. And how beautiful that this gray elephant can be seen in all the colors. And that is what makes this reality magnificent and magical. So, if you want to dive deeper into the awesomeness, into the magic, if you want to come into a space where we approach each other with curiosity and willingness rather than judgment and ridicule and whatever else goes on in the social media, if you want to learn the tools on how to approach yourself and others with curiosity and willingness, come join me. Come join us in the Discord space. Do it for free. Snag yourself a membership. Whatever works for you. All the options are available. If you have any questions, send me a message on any of the platforms. I am Move With Change everywhere you hang out. If you will go follow me, please, on patreon.com, you will get all of the updates and information. And if you follow me on YouTube, you will get also all of my replays. And the link to get to the Discord for free is on my Patreon page. Patreon.com, /Move With Change. MOVE, Move With Change. I am Move With Change everywhere. Patreon is going to be where you find all the links. Patreon is going to be where you find my blog. Patreon is going to be where you find my podcast. Patreon, which is on Spotify. Patreon is going to be where you find the link for the Discord. Patreon is going to be where you find the membership levels. You are very welcome. Thank you. And for those of you who subscribe here on TikTok, thank you so much for your support. Remember that if you want to receive benefit for your subscription, please go over to the Patreon page and subscribe there. TikTok takes a large portion of what I make on here. So, thank you. Is Patreon free? Yes. The Patreon is free. No, you're okay. And you can also just send me messages, like I said, on any of the platforms, or you can send me an email at movewithchange@gmail.com. The Patreon is free to join. There are membership levels that are paid, and there's benefits with each membership level. The Discord is free to join. There are membership levels that get you deeper and deeper and deeper into the Sangha. Essentially, we have this. We have our CAYA courtyard. Here is our Discord. Here is our courtyard. And these beautiful edges of our courtyard are our public space. In fact, maybe around here are the free classes that I offer. And a little bit further in here in the Discord is our CAYA space. This is our community. This is our courtyard. This is our hangout in between the public space and the internal space. Inside of the courtyard is the Sangha, is the temple. And there are layers inside to get deeper and deeper and deeper into your practice, into your internal reality. This is also an analogy for your journey home to yourself. That is why our space is set up to mirror the journey home to yourself. And if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling confused, if you are feeling scared, if you are feeling absolutely crazy, know that you are not alone. And there is a space that you can show up no matter how messy, no matter how crazy you feel, no matter how weird it is, no matter how new it is. And you can come and go as it suits you. This is not a space for manipulation. This is not a space for nickel and diming. This is not a space for subversive sales tactics or like shitty manipulation, gaslighting tactics. None of that. Since we live in this global space now, I wanted to create this mindfulness space online so that no matter where you are in this, on the planet or in your journey, you have a space to show up just as you are, where people approach you with curiosity and willingness. And where you can find the tools, yes, some for free, to make this journey home to yourself a little bit easier, a little less scary. Because when you're completely in the dark and you have no idea which way is up and no idea where the end of the tunnel is, being able to reach out, to have a hand to hold, is one of the most profound, powerful experiences that we can have. In fact, I think it's imperative. I think it's imperative that we accompany each other on this journey. Not carry each other, not push and fight each other, but explore this journey together. I remember this old saying, and as a single parent, this one always hit me, that it's not the bad days. Yes, it's the bad days. We have bad days, and we really wish we had other people around when we had bad days. But if you don't have other people in your world, on a really good day, it hits a little different. Watching my son take his first steps, just all by myself, me and him, both filled my heart with joy and with sadness. Because we are not meant to take this journey alone. We never were. The guru in me recognizes and honors the guru in you. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. I love you. Truly. Unabashedly. Sometimes really intensely. Because I am you and you are me and we are divinity. Together with creation, together with everything in the universe, we are perfectly imperfect. Organized chaos, chaotic organization. Duality, the illusion of duality within unity. Fuck, it's intense. All right. I'm going to go finish some of these pieces. I'm still working on other weeks in the future, but I'm making all kinds of extra special things for the chakra workshop today. Again, if you have any questions about getting into the chakra workshop, you can always send me a message on any of the platforms. You can email me at Move with Change, but you can go purchase your membership on my Patreon page, or purchase the workshop, pre-order it for July, or purchase the live sessions starting today. Remember, if you don't get in today for the session, but you want to join next week, you can always watch the replays. They will be available to you if you purchase the membership option. If you purchase the prepaid option, you will wait until July to get the entire membership prepackaged and handed over. I love you. I hope you have a fucking fantastic Wednesday. Go follow me on all the places. Go follow me on YouTube if you want the replays for our meditations. All right. Time to say goodnight, everyone. Good night, Kick. Good night, Twitch. Thank you guys for the follows. Good night, Instagram. Thank you, Artworks. Good night.